You didn't buy a yacht. You didn't blow money at a casino. You bought coffee, a shirt you didn't need, a gadget that's still in the box, a sale item because it was on sale. Normal stuff. Reasonable stuff. And that normal, reasonable stuff is costing you $340,000. That is not a headline. That is the math. And we're going to do it together right now. In 2023, Slick Deals surveyed 2,000 American adults on their spending habits. The result, the average American spends $314 per month on impulse purchases. Not planned purchases. Impulse purchases. Things they did not intend to buy before they saw them. That's $3,768 a year. Per person. Now here's what's interesting about that number. When the same survey asked people to estimate their own impulse spending, they guessed $150 a month. Less than half the actual amount. We are systematically underestimating how much we impulse spend, and that blind spot is exactly what retailers are counting on. $314 a month doesn't sound catastrophic. It sounds like a rounding error. It's a few Amazon orders, some sale items, maybe a couple of restaurant upgrades. Harmless. That framing is the trap. Here is what $314 a month actually costs you, not today, but over your lifetime. If you took the $314 every month and invested it in a low-cost index fund tracking the S&P 500, at a 10% average annual return, which is the historical average over the last 50 years, over 30 years you would accumulate $706,000. $706,000. From one bad spending habit. Even if you only cut impulse spending in half, $157 a month redirected, you're looking at $353,000 in additional wealth over 3 decades. That is a significant down payment on retirement security. Now, I know someone is going to say the market doesn't always return 10%. Fair. Run it at 7% for conservatism. At $314 a month over 30 years at 7%, you still accumulate $379,000. The conclusion doesn't change. The impulse purchase is not the cost. The investment you didn't make is the cost. This is what personal finance calls opportunity cost. Every dollar spent is a dollar that didn't go to work. But impulse spending is uniquely destructive because it produces the least lasting utility of any spending category. You don't remember most of it. The joy evaporates in 48 hours. We'll explain exactly why in a moment. The point of this math isn't to make you feel guilty. It's to make the invisible visible. $314 a month looks like nothing. $700,000 looks like something. They are the same thing. Here's why you impulse buy even when you know better. It is not a willpower problem. It is a brain chemistry problem. When you see something you want, your brain releases dopamine. Not when you get it, when you see it. The anticipation is the high. Dopamine is a motivation chemical, not a pleasure chemical. Its job is to make you pursue things, not to make you happy once you have them. This creates a predictable cycle. You see the item. Dopamine spikes. You feel excitement, urgency, certainty that you need this thing. You buy it. Dopamine drops. Within 48 hours, the pleasure is largely gone. The item sits there. The credit card statement arrives. Researchers at the University of Michigan found that the emotional benefit of an impulse purchase peaks at the moment of purchase and declines by 70% within 2 days. The item is not what you wanted. You wanted the dopamine hit. The item was just the delivery mechanism. Retailers have known this for decades. Your entire shopping environment is engineered around your dopamine system. This is not an accident. It is a design. There are 5 primary triggers retailers use to induce impulse purchases. Know them. See them for what they are. Trigger 1: Hunger and physical depletion. Studies show people buy 30 to 60% more groceries when shopping hungry. The same cognitive depletion applies to online shopping when you're tired, stressed, or emotionally drained. Decision fatigue lowers your resistance to every purchase. Retailers put candy at checkout lines for a reason. They put high-margin items at the end of the browsing session for a reason. Trigger 2: Social comparison. You see what someone else has. You want it. This has been human nature for 10,000 years. Social media has industrialized it. Instagram and TikTok are essentially 24-hour showrooms designed to make you feel inadequate and then offer you a product to fix that feeling. Every influencer partnership, every link in bio, every hashtag ad is a social comparison trigger pointed directly at your dopamine system. Trigger 3: Artificial scarcity and countdown timers. Only 3 left in stock. Sale ends in 2 hours and 14 minutes. These are manufactured urgency signals designed to bypass your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that weighs long-term consequences, and hand control to your amygdala, which only understands now. The scarcity is usually fake. The urgency is always manufactured. Trigger 4: Email marketing. The average American receives 121 promotional emails per day. Each one is engineered by conversion optimization specialists whose sole job is to get you to click. Subject lines, colors, discount framing, button placement, all tested, all optimized. Every promotional email you receive is a loaded weapon aimed at your spending behavior. Trigger 5: One-click purchasing. Amazon's one-click patent was worth billions of dollars because it eliminated every friction point between impulse and purchase. No cart review. No re-entering payment info. No checkout page that makes you pause. Friction saves money. The elimination of friction destroys it. You cannot out-willpower a system designed by teams of PhD behavioral scientists. You need to fight systems with systems. Specifically, you need to add friction between impulse and purchase. Here are 5 defenses that research and financial practitioners have confirmed actually work. Defense 1: The 24-hour rule. Any non-essential purchase over $30 goes on a list and waits 24 hours. That's it. No moral evaluation, no lengthy deliberation. Just a delay. Studies on consumer behavior consistently show that 60 to 70% of impulse purchases people delay, they simply never complete. The dopamine hit fades. The urgency evaporates. You realize you were fine without it. Defense 2: Unsubscribe from every promotional email. Not unsubscribe from newsletters, unsubscribe from retail promotional emails. Every store, every brand, every sale notification. Use Unroll.me or do it manually over a week. Your inbox is not a loyalty service. It is a marketing delivery system. Cutting promotional emails eliminates one of the highest volume impulse triggers in your life. Defense 3: Delete saved payment methods. Remove your credit card from Amazon, from your browser autofill, from every retail site. Add back the friction of having to physically locate your card and type 16 numbers. This single step has been shown to reduce online impulse purchases by up to 30% because the re-entry process reactivates your prefrontal cortex, the logical brain, long enough for second thoughts to kick in. Defense 4: Implement the 48-hour cart rule for online shopping. Add items to your cart. Walk away. Come back in 48 hours and decide. Many retailers will even send you a discount to complete the purchase, so you win twice. You either don't buy something you didn't need, or you buy it for less. Defense 5: Set a fun money budget and cash it out. Allocate a specific monthly amount, say $100, for spontaneous purchases. Make it cash. When the cash is gone, the spending stops. This gives you freedom within a boundary. You don't feel deprived. But the finite physical nature of cash makes spending feel real in a way that a card tap never does. Psychological research on payment coupling consistently shows that cash purchases are felt more acutely than card purchases. Here is the reframe that makes this sustainable. You're not giving something up. You're buying something better. Every $314 you redirect away from impulse spending and into an index fund is a vote for your future freedom. Freedom from a job you need to keep because you have no other income. Freedom from the anxiety of a $500 car repair turning into a crisis. Freedom from working until 67 because you have no alternative. The impulse purchase gives you a dopamine hit that lasts 48 hours. The invested equivalent gives you compounding returns for 30 years. One of these is a far better deal than the other. The people who build real wealth are not the people who earn the most. The Millionaire Next Door study, 1,000 millionaires surveyed, over half earned under $100,000 a year, makes that clear. The people who build real wealth are the people who see every spending decision as a choice between consumption today and freedom tomorrow. $314 a month. $700,000 over 30 years. That gap is not about income. It is about what you decide to do with what you have. The math is now visible. The triggers are now named. The defenses are in your hands. Your next step: scroll your inbox right now and unsubscribe from 3 promotional emails. Start there. That's not deprivation. That's the beginning of $340,000. Word count, 1-3-10 duration, 10-minute end card, V46 options trading. Why 90% of retail traders lose money.